Okay, welcome back, everybody. We are set for our finals. Again, as always, I'm Dan Tartaglione, also known as DTartag1. Joining me is the illustrious Timo Dusel himself, Mr. Dylan. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm fine. And you?
I cannot complain. So, yeah, we have the finals coming up today. Joe versus Jared. East Coast versus West Coast. Again, you saw the Jared Napolitano match, and I covered the Joe Olson match. So, who do you got?
Winning the game?
Yeah, who do you have winning this thing?
That's difficult because I didn't saw the Olson game. So
Well, we know
I
the
think
matchups.
Jared has some decent matchups against Watch Your Step. He had that in mind when he built the deck. I heard from Connor, my other the host of the first stream. So yeah, I don't know which light side, no, which dark side Joe played. Which dark side did he play?
So, Joe played ISB versus. Joe played ISB and he played Watcher Step. So, I know we just
Okay,
saw Jared. He played his
Profit
indoor ops versus Watcher Step, so he has that matchup.
and
Pretty
Profit.
good. And he has Profit. And it looks like Joe is going to start with his dark side. So we know it's going to be ISB versus Profit for game one.
So I just say Jared wins it.
You think Jared?
I don't
It's
know, but you have to. You say I have to pick
I
one, so I
mean,
pick one.
it's not a bad pick. I mean, the matchups I think do favor him a little bit. So we'll see. Again, I like this ISB deck that is running.
Okay, can give a little bit of insight. Now the players can't watch the stream. In the first game, it's a little bit tricky to give insight if you have some insights because you don't want to reveal some cards. The other one might get in, anyone will tell them from Joe Olson's team or something like that. But now, what's about his ISB, which was what was interesting? Tell
So
me, Dan.
So Joe's plays is your it's almost like your new it's a newer version of ISB. So as you can see, he starts with the Imperial Arrest Order, Endor Sealed, and Established Control. So it's
And
more
he
of a
starts the system.
yeah,
Yeah.
he starts the system. So
Okay.
I so I like this because he's more of a space based ISB. So he
So
has
it's
the
basically
ability.
not a new version, it's basically an old version.
Yeah,
No slip sliding away.
no slip sliding away. So he is going
Okay.
with your
Go
normal
on.
three starting effect. Uh, but again, it's just like it's an ISB that revolves around ground. But as we saw in the Jared game, there's one card that Jared has in his deck that could really hurt Joe.
Which is?
Landing Claw.
Oh, yeah. So he doesn't play the Guk combo card, I
I
get.
I didn't see it. So, but again,
Uh,
I didn't see it, so I'm not 100% sure.
so which system does he play? Does he play Korulak or Fondor?
Fondor.
So he
I
plays the Executor too
I
to
did
get
not
her
I didn't see the
discount?
Executor. I saw Vengeance, and that was pretty much it. So the other system that he had, the other ship that he had, was the Emperor's shuttle.
Okay. So in space, we have only a Y wing for Jared. A single Y wing,
A lone little Y wing.
which beats down the space cruiser with the land on it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't he?
And I predicted it. I said we have Lando left from the main characters, and he could draw two in space and clear space, which he did. So how many systems does
So Joe
Joe
does
Olsen
run.
run?
He runs three, including
Three.
the Coruscant system.
Okay, Kashyyyk for the drain bonus.
Fondor from free, and so he does the way he gets out. Yeah, he gets his systems out by Piet into Majeric, Okay, so here's Oslo coming down to
So does he play any capital to add one drain, another drain with
yes.
Admiral
So
Shirato?
yeah, he runs Admiral Shiranu, but so and again in the last game, all I saw him play was the Vengeance and the Emperor's Shuttle. So, but interesting enough, he also runs Imperial Decree virtual and non-virtual.
Okay.
So
So,
I like
but
this. This is going to be an interesting match. Like it's something that
non-virtual. So, but Tatooine is no rebel base. So, how does he want to control two rebel base locations?
so he doesn't need to.
The non-V. Uh, does Chancellor both?
So he
So,
plays
am I
the
wrong
non
here?
V. You have to control two systems and a site.
Okay, that's the other text. Or two rebel base locations, right?
Yes.
So this time we can actually see some U-spell pulls because Jared didn't have a single U-spell pull on Tatooine with his I must be allowed to speak last game because he went to the Cloud City.
Yeah.
What is it called?
The Cloud City
The carbon
Carbonate Chamber.
freezing chamber. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's the way you beat CCT is you just stack that site and you just start draining for a lot there, and you make them come to you because again,
chamber was stacked.
I checked a little bit on that game. I was surprised Werfs didn't spread out a little bit on Tatooine.
I mean, I think that's what Jared wanted. If he spreads out, and he lost his gook at the start, he retrieved it later, yes, but yeah, he would
That's a
open
good point.
himself to a beatdown, I think.
Yeah.
That's a good start for Joe Olson. 14 force activation, turn 2.
No, I don't, Chris. I don't know if Joe actually plays any lightning cloud cancelers, but he is threatening a drain of 1 next turn. There is no battle plan on the table.
And I don't think Jared wants to play it unless he runs a little some kind of shield pullers. Because usually that's what Joe has to play. And I think he can flip pretty easy in this matchup maybe. So he will retrieve it anyway. We will see if he plays the shield.
Yeah. Interesting that Jared is just drawing his hand. So I know Joe does play Monarch in this in his deck.
Okay. Joe likes to play Monarch.
He
I
does.
saw his,
Yeah.
in his MPC round 1, day 1 decks. I saw it in the Worlds deck. So it's a good card. I mean,
It is. And Jared does not have the shield out, so I guess he's not really worried. Okay, so there goes. It gets out. So he
he
loses
didn't
the
play the
rendezvous.
shield
Yeah, he didn't play the shield.
because I mean he would have paid anyway, maybe probably because he has only 6 cards and a lot of force, which he can't use all.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, interesting.
The Endor docking bay. Ah,
No,
did not
not the
see this
docking
card.
bay.
Did not see this card. Markwin in Blizzard 4.
Maybe I'm a little ahead of you.
Yeah.
With
Are you
with the
running?
old,
Are you running the Unity or the regular? Yeah.
the regular because my laptop is not.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
That-
I've noticed like the Unity does run a little behind. So
So does he run trample?
yes, he does.
So what I mentioned, I think,
So he
don't know
wants
if I
to
mentioned
check
it,
something.
but
So he asks
Joe-
for a revert.
but Joe asks for a lot of rewords when I see him playing,
Yeah.
almost as much as Paul.
Now, I mean, Joe is down in Cabo, so he could be a bit under the. He could be under the alcohol,
I don't think he drinks
margaritas.
alcohol when he has a final to play.
I don't know. I mean, if you're in Cabo, you're gonna be Cabo.
Cabo? What does it mean?
Cabo
In
is in
Cabo?
Mexico, so he's on vacation. He's at the beach.
Oh,
Okay,
you
so
don't
Joe.
have to drink alcohol only because you're on vacation.
Wow, I'm just saying. So Joe
I'm just
is
saying.
now flipped.
So if he expected profit and does run trample,
He does run
I
trample.
wonder if we run sneak attack in some Destiny 7 to trample Ray Jedi or
Yeah,
Luke.
I don't know if he put Jared on profit.
I mean, Jared did play profit day one. So, yeah, you can say he will switch up.
Visored Vision. So this is gonna do some damage to Joe. Names the Imperial
And
Command.
this did a lot of damage to Werfs.
Oh, I can bet.
Because Werfs pulled the wrong shield. When I saw the game starting, I thought about, man, why did he pull that shield? I read the card and I think,
Wow. No imp commands in Joe's deck. And there's the Monarch!
but he plays it used.
That's fine.
So, yeah, he grabs it and now he can draw up again.
It's going to cause Jared to put 6 cards back into his deck. It's going to slow Jared down.
That's true. So he might have to play the battle plan now. Because the drain won't get reduced. It even gets boosted from the objective, so it's a drain of 3.
Yeah.
And you won't be able to limit with
Yeah.
with resistance or ultimatum, because it's a long way to occupying 3 battlegrounds.
Yeah, especially with this deck. So let's
And
see what Jared's
especially
going to
since
do.
you might have lost a lot of good cards to the
Exactly.
Monarch.
Like we saw that he pulled General Leia. That might have been one of the cards that he could. So, but let's see what happens. So he's going to go look for a Lando, a Leia, an R2, or a 3PO. And so it has to
3PO is
be
already on table.
yeah, it has to be Jabba's Palace, Lando, or Leia. So okay, there's the Underworld's contacts. So now Joe can't reduce the drains as long as it's what 2 aliens. Let's double check. Yeah. Force Rainer +1, and opponent may not cancel or modify drains at each battle round where you have 2 aliens with different names. So,
That's good against ISB. That's
Yeah, a little bit.
especially good. And he draws probably a lot of cards now.
yeah, I mean, the Monarch's grabbed. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the grabbing the Monarch. I mean, Joe could loop it and just start doing it, but
I mean, Jared does like to draw up a bunch of cards, so if he doesn't grab it, it will be really. Yeah, he could play it again, so I think it's
True.
the right grab.
yeah,
But trample will hurt
trample is going to hurt.
if it's not grabbed.
I mean, if as long as Jared's playing perimeter scan, it won't hurt him that much.
I think I didn't see it in the, and a lot of players cut it from the deck since Imperial Entanglement got errated.
Which card?
Since IE got errated, do you say is it pronounced correctly?
Yes.
Since IE is errated, I think perimeter scan got also a lot of players don't play it.
Well, I mean, it's still
Anymore.
good against Blizzard 4.
Yeah, but
And
Golden Rod is also good against Blizzard 4.
true. Boba Fett Bounty Hunter?
And Jared didn't play a Golden Rod.
No. But I know that Joe is playing Blizzard 4. He's also playing Blizzard 2 as well.
He also didn't play it against CCT. I always thought Golden Rod against CCT too, because they can pull with Space Cruiser. They can deploy Guri for free on Stinger. So it
Okay,
slows them down
so
a bit.
Joe does not drain. Again, he would have been draining for 2 and 3 this turn. So, he's going to go to space. There's the Stalker. And Colonel Yularen. So he now gets to activate 4 more cards. And there's Admiral Shirnu.
So as Bastion pointed out, when he used the vision, he didn't name the card. He knew it was in the.
Yeah.
So he didn't pay attention, or he just considered playing it lost. But I don't think he considered playing it lost, since Joe Olson had no force left to grab the how is it called, vision of the
Vision of the visored vision.
yes.
Yeah, I don't know. That would have been. I think that would have been a good grab. I also think that would have been a better play.
But he had no force left.
Yeah.
So
But
maybe opt for more than 1 damage. I probably would have named Trample, since I saw the 80-80. But also a lot of admirals on table, so Imperial Command. Maybe he hoped for 2 ping or even 3 damage.
Well, I mean, Piet and Ozzel aren't really doing much over on the Black Kite flagship. They're not. You can't limit them. You can't add a Destiny with the Imperial Command there. So, let's see what Jared's going to do this turn, because he's facing down drains of total of 7 next turn. Now, he theoretically could just take that drain of 7 and then retrieve some with his objective.
But then you have to start making damage yourself.
Yeah. But again, he is playing with Han V, not a lower power Han, so he retrieves 5, not 10.
But at least it doesn't have to pay for it.
Yeah. Okay. Looks to pull blue shooter. No blue shooter in there. So let's see what Joe's going to do this turn. Again, Joe doesn't have any force saved, so we could...
I think it doesn't run it. It just wanted to check his reserve, because it's not like CRG's deck. It's a battling kind of deck. So if you deploy a prosciutto, you basically get rid of one of your battlegrounds. You want to be a battleground. Yeah.
Okay, Ray going down to the audience chamber with her saber. Yeah, I think, Joker King pointing out in the chat that Jared is probably looking for a setup with his landing claw.
Which would be big, because it's also a drain of 3.
Yeah.
And if you have landing claw, you basically can retrieve all force you will lose next turn to drain, to a drain. Interesting. He checked the deck before with Boshooter, but decides to give Joe Olson another verify. So if Joe wins this, he won the last 2 big majors.
Yeah. And if Jared wins, he becomes the second advocate to ever win a major.
Who was the first one?
Chris
Gogolin?
Chris Kelly.
Chris Kelly.
Okay,
Ah,
Leia Rebel Prince is coming down. That's going to allow him a force push. Yeah, Gogolin's not an advocate. He's just a Hall of Famer.
I have to study the spreadsheet or the picture which Sherrod made with who makes what and something like that.
Okay, Rose coming down.
Yeah,
That's going to allow some retrieval for Jared. But again,
I don't think if he doesn't occupy 2 battlegrounds that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think if you're Joe... Oh, here we go. Y-Wing going down in front of the soccer.
Also,
there's the landing claw.
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say, I think if you're Joe, you got to pull your coward shield here, but...
Now the Y-Wing, yeah. So you don't have to... don't make any use of the coward shield. Such a nice card, Chewie Protector. Doesn't work on Tarkin though.
No.
Or 4.
Okay, it's under the use
But on
pop
Pride,
pool.
as I pointed out the game before, it does work on Pride.
Okay, we're in the draw phase now. Again, the only card I can think of that Joe would have in his hand here would have to be the Gik combo. Captain Godhart is not an ISB agent, but Joe can still be running it. Okay, there's another Rebel leadership. General Jar Jar.
I play General Jar Jar too in my Diplo deck. He's nice with Din Djarin.
Yeah.
Then Din Djarin adds, then you possibly can add another Destiny with him. It's a power 4 for 2 hours. And yeah, if you play against CCT, he's also good against IG-88. And you can make an undercover spy lost with Visa got a grander army.
Yep. Okay, so let's see. He loses Boss Nash Chamber, Rebel Leadership, and Abyss Shuffle. Okay, he's going to attach, so...
So he did let him drain and decided not to use his Princess Leia game text because he wants to retrieve anyway.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're still going to retrieve, and then you could use the Leia the next turn. Okay, there goes the Luke Rebel Scout.
Unless he comes down with Tarkin's bounty, then you can't cancel any longer. The force drain.
Yeah.
You know the card, you designed it.
Yep, I was waiting for it.
The best card ever designed. Did you work on the Dan Charing card I said you have to do?
No, I didn't work on Din. I am working on Dan
Charing.
I wish.
With your face.
I will say I am working on a new card that people might like, but I can't say anything.
Let's focus back on the game.
Okay. Still in Joe's deploy phase.
Maybe he thinks about going to the chamber before?
I wouldn't. I would. There's no reason for him to. So Jared doesn't have 2 aliens there, so it is a force drain of 1.
I mean to prevent the freedom of Han,
Well, yeah, I mean,
but he decides not to.
okay, so now the drain at the farm is +2 because there's a trooper and a Vader there.
Doesn't matter if he doesn't have Darkin's bounty,
Well, yeah, but
and
I'm saying right.
until it matters, he will spread out to limit him to 2.
Well, what I'm saying is, right now, it's a drain of 1 at the audience chamber.
Yeah. Drain of 1?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's -1 because of the objective.
Yes.
Because so Jared doesn't have 2 aliens of different names.
So does he run any Destiny 7? Did you see
I
a
didn't see
Destiny
any.
7 card?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Okay, so he's just gonna move Ozzel with Kyrkanos. Interesting.
Which I didn't know, but realized last game that the Destiny 7 card, which pings you for 1 damage if you have a weapon, works with my explosive charge in the Rebel Strike team.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know if that was a bug. I have to read the card again.
Okay, this is going to
Because
allow
we talked
Jared.
about Destiny 7.
Yeah. Okay, there's the flip. Doesn't have to pay to retrieve, so he retrieves 5 for free. He is going to drain for 1 and do 1 point of damage.
Don't think that Jared runs that many aliens. Jar Jar Din. What did he have?
I want to say Jar Jar
And Chewie. He
Chewie's
has
a
another
rebel.
Chewie too. Not this one. Not the Protector. He played 2 Chewie.
Okay, there goes
The
a
Bowcaster.
course. Well, no, he's got Chewbacca Protector on the table.
Yeah. He played. I think he played 2 Chewies.
Oh, that's
I
interesting.
played the Protector and the other one.
Yeah. Okay, there goes that little Y-wing doing its job.
So did
Okay,
he lose?
well, okay, so General
Force
Jar
and Rock?
Jar Han's an alien, so now
Fine.
the drain can't be reduced.
So it's also nice that he lost the cause and rough and irritation from reserve because, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
if you ever want to face against Tarkin and can't sorry about a Massimo or something like that, you need more than 1 Destiny.
True. Okay, here we go into Jared's move phase. He doesn't deploy anything else this turn. Okay, he's just going to draw up. So he's saving everybody at that audience chamber. Now, again, Joe doesn't have to worry about a neighboring lead speed down because of Imperial Arrest Order. So Joe's going to be able to draw a drain for quite a bit this turn.
Jared has still 2 useful pulls left with Luke and Lando.
Yeah, but he's about to take 8 force loss this turn.
8.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. He can lose to 1 drain and then decide to cancel
True.
with Princess Leia.
Yeah, you're right. Leia can cancel one of them. So if you're Joe, you start at the farm. You make him lose.
No.
Yeah.
Not. Yes, you start at the farm. Correct.
Yeah, because there's no cards in Lost Pile. Okay,
And there's another
there's
revert.
another revert. I wonder who had.
I mean, if you take back all your mistakes, you w- you
Yeah.
become champion of the world and the MPC.
Are you saying that Joe has a lot of mistakes?
No, 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 no.
So he takes Image of the Dark Lord out of his reserve deck. Now, that card's not going to help him yet.
So Charger is at the audience chamber
Mm-hmm.
to protect from any undercover spy.
Well, not only that, he makes it so that Joe can't reduce that drain down to 1. Okay, so here we go. We have a drain of 4 at the farm. Yeah, Joe's going to have to lose 4. Now, again, Joe could just not cause any force loss with at the Jabba's Palace site, and he's still hitting Jared for 4 more. Okay, so there goes an escape pod, a Luke, a Yoda,
He
and
has
BB-8.
17 cards in hand and still decides to lose from the reserve deck.
Yeah, that's impressive. He's got 7 force in his force pile, though, so he's going to have a lot to work with next turn.
But if he wants to attack, he has to save a bunch.
Yeah,
he has
there
to
goes
save,
a Luke's lightsaber
maybe to
and
swing a
Hark
saber or
Seth.
something like that.
Okay, it could be worse. And Joe
Let's see if we see.
grabs that.
No, it's a hit. No Tarkin's
No.
order to cancel that.
Yeah, no, it could be worse.
You mean no, it's worse, or what you mean?
I was going to say, Werfs isn't playing. Okay, life force, like right now, Joe is up by life force counts 22 to 17. Jared has a 7-card advantage, so Jared's up by 2. So, okay, here's a drain at the palace.
So I would cancel it and
Yeah.
take it into hand with 3PO because
Yep.
it's very unlikely that it happens to be in the reserve deck with your effect to grab to pull if you are so low on life force already.
Yeah, he gets back Luke's lightsaber. So
Let's see if
Joe
did
now
he use
knows.
3PO already?
I don't think so. But I was going to say, Joe knows that Jared now has a 1 on top of his reserve deck.
Yeah, but he can grab it with 3PO if he
Yeah.
haven't used it already. So what would you do if you are the light cell player? Maybe come down to the farm with Luke, clash Tarkin, and go for it, or what would you do?
I mean,
you can also go down to Endor, but then you don't get any use spell pull. You are stuck there because your docking bay transit is almost impossible to pay, and no Tatooine docking bay on the table.
honestly, I'm not sure because, I mean, you've got a 16-card hand. You've got. If you're going to come down with just Luke, he's comes down for 6. So you still have 10 force to work with. That's still another character on top of Luke. Because he's got, like I said, he's got Luke Skywalker, the Last Jedi, in this Lost Pile. So he'd have to come down with the Rebel Scout Luke.
I mean, I'm not familiar with Joe's deck, so I don't know which scary cards are still left.
Callus.
because
Agent
he
Callus is probably still left.
he has not much on Endor. He has not much
Yeah.
on the docking bay, but these are all interior sites, so he can basically use Stunning Leader there if he has that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Colonel Yularen moves on to the Emperor's shuttle.
Bam25 asks who's likely to win at this date. Bam,
Honestly,
is
this
it
is too
Ryder?
close.
Is it you?
Yeah.
Is Bam Ryder from Gamp?
I'm not sure, but right now I think this is a little too close. Okay, so Joe now. Okay, if he had Imp Decree on the table, that would cancel the force drain bonus, so it would only be a drain of 1 there. But
Difficult to say.
yeah,
I hope if he want to come down at the moisture farm, I hope he considers the paying +1 for rebels from the Stormtrooper
oh yeah,
patrol.
that's a good point. I forgot about that myself.
You also have to consider some kind of barrier or something like that.
Yeah, I did see a barrier in Joe's last game, but I could be wrong. Okay, there's quite a mercenary to cancel Chewie's game text, but I mean, it's just putting a 5 back into his deck. Joe grabbed It Could Be Worse.
So he has 2 5s as the 5th and the 4th card from the bottom.
Yes.
So he could hit Darth Vader maybe if he comes down there. Can clash Tarkin, he can hit Vader.
Yeah, he could do
Maybe
that.
with Lando, you get 2 U-spell pulls.
Well,
You
with
draw 2
Land,
Destiny, you could clear that side.
well, Lando's going to get his game text canceled.
I beg your pardon?
He will because of Vader.
Ah, yeah. True. True. I missed that.
I don't know, like. Oh wow!
There is the Gimmash. He can have Padme.
Both
So
players.
Padme
play.
and Luke and add 1 to attrition. It's basically the same.
Yeah.
To cancel Vader. So we will see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, but I don't know, like. Ozzel, you said it. The end. Both docking bays for Joe are pretty easy to get rid of their characters, and after that Grimtosh, I might actually take the risk.
Yeah, that's true. This could be big if he did put down the Gook.
Okay, here we go into Jared's next turn. Again, he is going to be able to drain for 2. And he's going to cause a point of damage through the objective.
I hope he doesn't get so excited about the turn he's going to make that he forgets to... No, Landing Claw can do in every control phase, so you basically can't do something wrong here.
No. And there's a good point.
Sometimes players forget it, and then they pass to the deploy phase, and then it's too late. And
yeah. Good point in the chat. See you around kid would get around Tarkin, so you can't. He would nullify Tarkin's game text for his battle destiny. So Jared might not
cycled it back.
Yeah, he put it back.
So he saved 4. That's a lightsaber swing and 2 destiny, or 1 to destiny, 1 to attrition. He cycled it back, so he has some answers for Tarkin, or decides to go to other side.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I kind of don't like going down to the farm. I really don't.
I just don't like
Well, you still have one
not
use.
making any use of the use pal pull, and being stuck at a docking bay. Yeah.
Well, okay,
Then you basically give up control of Tatooine, which are the scariest drains, a drain of 4. You
well,
can't
yeah,
do.
but I mean, you still have one Leia. You can still use her to get rid of that one. So
You can only do that twice, and you
yeah,
only
you're,
use that one
yeah.
once. And I don't think he will run 2 Vader, so if you get
no. Yeah,
we will see.
We'll see. But okay, there goes another Tarkin to the. So he loses Death Squadron assignment, Lieutenant Pull Teardrum, and Tarkin. Jared retrieves with Rey and with Rose. Yeah, this is a game that I could see also going to time. I really do.
He can also risk going to the Blizzard, but
I wouldn't. Not with the trample.
I would not.
Not with fear of trample. I don't know. And like I said, Joe is playing 2 other walkers, so.
You can also have a walker react a Tempest 6 to the farm.
Yeah, so I don't see it though.
Have the travel there too.
I don't see that.
Okay. So
here we go. Luke's coming down. He's going to go down to the blockade flagship. There's Luke's saber.
Going for it.
Yeah, he's going for something.
Maybe the clash. That's a gamble, but it can definitely pay off.
Yeah. Okay, we have a battle. Luke with his lightsaber against Piet and Majeric. Draws a 5 for the first destiny, so that's going to hit Piet. Now he could have a sorry about the mess, a clash, anything here. Draws a second 5. Okay, so yep, that hits Piet.
If it doesn't have anything of that.
Okay, actions on Joe.
Clash. Yes, the clash.
Yep.
But it might not be that much overflow. So
yeah, I mean,
Marishik covers 6, so he has at least to.
That's one. That's 1 point of overflow.
It's 1 overflow just.
Yeah, I think if you're Joe, you're fine with that.
So he cycled so much cards. I don't know why he didn't. Yeah. Maybe he decided in this round that he makes this move or something like that. Otherwise, he should have been able to, to prepare better destiny than a 3.
Yep. Okay, so there goes Majeric.
Okay, but it's a drain of 2, which is good.
Yeah. Yeah, and Joe loses the image of the Dark Lord from his hand. He can't reduce that drain with the image of the Dark Lord at that docking bay because it's not a planetary site. So Jared going to there, knowing that Joe had the image of the Dark Lord, is a smart move. Okay, so now he can start moving the. It's a gift. He can move the 3PO.
He can do that, but he will lose 3PO to trample.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, yeah, because you're not going to. Do you move the 3PO in front of the Marquin and risk the trample? Okay, so let's see what Joe is going to do on this turn. Again, so Joe moved the Stalker over to Fondor, so you're going to block that drain of 2 there, but it's still a drain of 2 at Kashyyyk. Not sure if he runs the perimeter scan. I think if you're Joe, you
I just check the deck he played in the first round
okay.
and see if he played the parameter scan there. I didn't see it in the last game.
I was gonna say, so if you're Joe, I think you start with Endor or Kashyyyk here, so that way you don't allow Jared to get that clash back with Leia.
To
And
import
that's
it
what he's
again.
gonna do.
Don't find it.
Okay, so there goes Leia's blaster rifle and strike blocked. Not a card we normally see. Dread 4 at the farm. Okay, and there goes Leia using the last of her game tech, so she's spent.
So he didn't play parameter scan in his profit from day 1.
Okay. So now we're going to have Joe being able to drain for 4 more this turn. Okay, loses the strike block that he just got back. And General Leia. I mean, losing her there is not too bad because you're not going to persona swap.
Maybe swap after you used her twice.
Well, I mean, there's no reason really to swap Leia's. I mean, you have.
I mean, it's retrieval if you have another resistant character.
Well, Rey's already out, so you have Rey and you have Rose. Yeah, you could have retrieved with.
True, and Chewie is already out. He has to swap it again, and so yeah.
Yeah. Okay, there goes a red
You're right.
8 and a Lando. So Jerry's playing a lot of just little. I like this. He's playing little dinky ships for the landing claw. I mean, red 8's good because you also get a shield pull with it. Okay,
Yeah.
Joe's checking his deck. Again, he saved 3 in his reserve deck, so that's interesting. Ah, changing the odds. A card I like. And, there goes the trample.
That's big.
That's
If
big.
it doesn't run 2, you can
Yeah.
move out with your 3PO. Unless he has the other interrupt, the Destiny 6 interrupt.
Joe commenting in the chat that Jared's deck has a lot of annoying cards. I'm not disagreeing.
And I bet he played Changing Dots, especially for the Gilk combo card. Because if Landing Claw gets cancelled.
Mm-hmm.
But Trample is also nice. And it's also nice that Trample is in reserve here. So
True. Yeah. Okay, now this is going to set this is setting Joe back a little bit. Okay, Joe is in the think tank right now. That or else he lost his Wi-Fi connection down in Cabo.
Lizard. Let's see if there's a
Blizzard
left.
4 going down in front of Luke.
I don't know how many Lukes Jared runs, but if he loses it.
Yeah, I know he lost 1 Luke before.
Okay. Well, because if you lose him, he can use him for a use spell pull. When he deploys him again.
If he deploys him again, like I said, he lost one Luke already,
Yeah.
and that was the Jedi Luke, or the Jedi Master Luke. Joe taking his time thinking about what he wants to do here again. Again, Blizzard 4 is on the table. Haven't seen him get any characters out with Blizzard 4 yet.
He was lone time against Joker King 2, I think.
Yeah. Joe's a very methodical, take your time kind of a player. Okay, so there's Agent Callus. Okay, so it looks like he's going to try and get 2 Destiny here with Callus and another ISB agent, so that way Luke goes to the lost pile.
Yeah, but you have to assume at least one sorry about the mess here.
True. Very true. Okay, surface defense.
So doesn't he reveal 2 cards? You may reveal 2 cards. Okay.
Yeah.
So he decides not to reveal 2 cards to get 1 in hand.
Which
So
is
he wants to
interesting.
draw 2.
Yeah, I was going to say he plays his surface defense here.
Otherwise, you would take the lower destiny out.
Up. Okay, here we go. Sense from Luke. Yep, that's
The
sense.
other one in use pile. The other card would be in use pile, so he couldn't
Yeah.
have the high destiny left.
Okay, so there goes that surface defense to Joe's lost pile. Yeah, just a little bit of a predicament here. I'm going to say this: if Jared wins, he needs to. I want him to sign some landing clause to give out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what do you think was the effect he wanted to grab? Probably Imperial Enforcements to start retrieving?
No, I was going to say it would have been Imperial Decree non-V. So the drain bonus would have been canceled on Tatooine, so it would have only been a drain of 1 instead of drain of 2. Okay, so
no, because he can't cancel or modify force drains.
no, but if you cancel the bonus, it cancels the lightsaber bonus, so you're not canceling or modifying the drain.
Mm-hmm. Because light would modify the drain.
Exactly. Light side is modifying the drain right now.
So what I said, sorry about the mess.
Yep, there's a sorry about the mess. Goodbye, Callus. I hardly knew you.
So if he does draw low, he doesn't get any overflow or something like that, and then he can drain for 2. This would be big.
Okay, there's no try.
Do you have some problems with your microphone because it's a little bit crispy sound? And you called it here, Imperial Decree,
Yep.
non-V.
I moved around a little bit. Only because I wanted to get some coffee. And there's a close call. He's going to subtract 3, so it's only going to be a Destiny
That's
1.
to make now.
Yeah, do you lose the Luke or do you peel? I think you peel. I peel.
Yeah, because you make drain damage of 2.
Yeah. And that's what Jared's doing. He's peeling.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
Did he use his layer twice now?
Yes, he did. He canceled a drain at the palace, and he canceled a drain last turn.
So you pull the ultimatum shield now with your landing claw.
Yeah.
With your ship on the landing claw now.
Well...
You limit to 2.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. I mean, that's still drains of
2
8. It does
and
8.
2.
That's still 8 damage, though.
Why 8 damage? 4
So,
damage.
2 damage at Kashyyyk, 2 damage
Yeah.
at the farm, 2 damage at the palace, and 2 damage at
You
the docking
can't.
bay.
Docking. Moment. Moment. 2 damage at the docking bay. Yes.
Yep.
2 damage at the farm.
Yep.
And 2 damage at Kashyyyk. That's it.
Palace. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. I didn't see that 3PO shifted over. Okay.
So he saves 2 maybe and has another. No, he grabbed. It could be worse.
Joe might have a second trample. If he has a second trample, then it's 8 damage. Otherwise, it's 6 right now. There's a visored visage. I'm saying, yeah, why not? Imp command. No interrupt.
He had enough verifies. I don't know if he.
Yeah, but I mean, it is putting a Destiny 3 card back into his deck. I mean, right now he's sitting up 16 to 15. I mean, it's really even, and the big difference is Jared is
Also, yeah.
Jared's retrieving 2. Joe's only retrieving 1. Jared's retrieval is also can be any card, whereas Joe's specifically has to be ISB agents.
Yeah. And ISB usually runs a lot of characters.
Yeah, but I'm saying like he's probably got like 3 characters in his lost pile at this point.
Yeah.
So
I
we'll
mean,
figure it out.
there
We'll
is
see.
not much interrupts to choose from instead of. That's what I meant. For your vision.
Okay, got a drain of 2 at the audience chamber. Again, this one cannot be modified or canceled.
So
There goes a masterful move.
did you lose BB-8 already?
Yeah. Actually, Joe's going to be losing 4 cards this turn because of the objective.
1, 2, 3, 4. You mean 5? 2 drains?
2 drains. Yeah, there's 2 drains of 2, and then 2 to the objective. Or does that have to be a battleground?
Yeah.
Or
So 6 damage.
Yeah. Yep. Doesn't have to be. Does not have to be Tatooine. So yeah, it's 6 damage. Jonas going down into Joe's hand from Death Squadron assignments. Joe lost Pull Teardom to the drain, so it is going to be.
So would you walk with some guys to the underchamber? I don't think so because it's a drain of 0, but you could ping another damage.
Yeah, I might. Pinging damage is pretty good. Now Joe doesn't have Decree Virtual on the table either. There goes the Imp Decree Virtual. Wow. Yeah, he needs to get his Imp Decrees onto the table.
So I think what you could do with Light, you could walk your spy over. No, he didn't do that. So.
No, I mean the
could
spies.
Have walked his spy over to the farm.
Well, no, because he moved him over last turn on Joe's turn. So, yeah, I think Jared's going to win, but I think it's going to be less than 10. Because he's going to retrieve 2 this turn. So that's going to bring him up to 18 life force, 22 in hand. He's going to take 6, so that's going to bring him down to 16. Yeah, I think he's going to win, but it's going to be less than 10. And with the next matchup, I think if Joe plays it smart, I think he can win.
You mean Jared? Oh,
Joe.
Who can win? Joe.
I think I kind of like the next matchup more.
Just watch your step deck. What kind of watch your step was it? Was it again the raider who react on the ground, or was it
No,
more
no.
space
It's your
based.
standard watcher step. It's kind of like Tom Kelly's that he played at Worlds.
So
Where
not that much castle run, but
nobody runs
Luke
Castle
on the
Run.
ground.
So
How many castle run?
I saw one, but he also plays Tatooine Celebration.
Ah, okay.
So he could theoretically hunkered on to Tatooine.
So did he play the
Yeah.
Cantina Shuffle?
No.
No.
No. But he does run Luke Skywalker, Jedi Master, or The Last Jedi with his saber. Okay, so here we go. Din Djarin coming down to Ozzel in front of Ozzel and Kir Kanos.
Oh yeah,
Lando coming down as
this
well.
could be another blowout.
Yeah.
But he only adds on Tatooine.
But it's still 2 Destiny.
And you can still exclude someone.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. You exclude one of the two. I think you exclude. Your first action is to be to exclude Kir Kanos because he's a sense. Or no, he's.
No, I would exclude.
No, yeah, that's Kir.
Admiral Ossel because it's easier to exclude.
Yeah, but I mean, if you exclude Kir Kanos, you still get a free.
It's basically comes down to the power, and
yeah,
I would go.
Okay, that's going to exclude him.
Yeah, I wouldn't go any risk, and it would like he did. But he has only one destiny left.
Yeah,
but now he can use the game text of. Now you can use the game text of Din Djarin. Did he use it already?
No.
To target
the Kir Kanos? No.
Opponent's guy?
I don't think he did, but I could have missed that.
And retrieve another one.
Yeah, he did. He targeted Kir Kanos.
Okay.
And there's the ultimative shield.
That's a big win for Jared.
Yeah. Again, I was doing the math, and like I said, Jared could win by less than 10. Now he could win, I'm thinking, in the low teens. And if that's the case, then that's looking bad for Joe Olson.
Talking about 4 overflow here.
Yeah. So
and his guy is stuck there. So he can only docking pad transit to Luke, which is even worse. You have to back it up. And
yeah. No, he can dock bay. No, he can dock bay transit to the Death Star 2 docking bay.
Oh yeah,
or the Executor docking bay. One of the two.
Yeah, you're right. I totally missed that.
Now the big important thing is this is still ping damage of 1, so that adds to the objective. Oh, that's a really good point, Matt. If Joe has a Never Yarnall in his hand, he could have gotten rid of the Lando, and then you could just beat down on Din Djarin.
That was the card I was searching for the name when I said the Destiny 6 interrupt.
Ah, yeah. That makes sense. Okay, here we go. Drain of 2. Again, he's going to lose. Joe's only going to cause 4 force damage here. Drain of 2. There goes Elisa and changing the odds. Again, Jared's losing from his deck, so it's 15 to 11. Joe's up by hand size. He's got a 3-card hand advantage. So it is 14 hand in life for Joe and 17 hand in life for Jared.
So that's good too. You can break the cover.
Yeah. I forgot about Isard. Yeah, I was gonna say Jared's threatening a lot. He's threatening 2, 4, 5, 8 next turn.
Imperial Decree non-V would have been good too here.
Well, both of them would have been good. You reduce down that the profit damage, the objective damage down to 1, and if you would have had both out, this game would have been totally different. Yeah, one of the decrees is in Joe's lost pile, so. Yeah, we might be seeing another advocate winning a major. I mean,
It's a close game,
it
so it all
is
comes
a
down
very close game.
to game 2.
Yeah, and like I said, I don't know. Do you know if Jared plays the VSET 14 Mall?
I didn't see him last game.
And the reason I bring this up is Joe is playing Theorenet in his Watcher stat. So
Okay.
the reason I bring that, Maul actually cancels the Theorenet's ability to cancel a weapon destiny. As we saw that in the game versus Chris Goglin and Joe. Chris came down with multiple tie cannons and was able to shoot down multiple ships from Joe. And Joe even had Theorenet on one of the ships, but Maul was on the table. Like a first turn.
So know that
Maul.
he runs Vader V, but he doesn't run the tie of him, or at least I didn't see him, so he could cancel the game text of Theoren.
Yeah, and that's another thing.
Yeah, he did shoot down some guys. He did shoot down the Outrider.
Okay.
Or the Pulsar Skate. I think the Outrider. With a tracked 6. The ship was defense value 8, and he tracked down the 6 and shot
it down.
Yes,
that's impressive.
But after losing a big battle with a spin combo to make Destiny 10 plus a Destiny drawn, so yeah.
Okay, here we go. Jared is going to do 8 points of damage to Joe this turn. That's insane. Oh, Joe, why did you lose the Imp Decree? That would have saved you 2 force. I know you just drew into it, but that would have saved you 2 force next turn. Tarkin's Bounty, Steadfast, and he runs the Steadfast. Interesting. Okay, drain of 1 at the docking bay, and again, it's going to be 3 points of damage.
Because it doesn't control 2 systems, so it wouldn't have triggered.
Good call. Good call. I forgot about that. Okay, Joe losing a bunch of cards. Again, he just lost 8 force. Jared's sitting at, again, Jared's going to be able to retrieve here. He's going to retrieve 2. He's got 1 force saved. 1 force in his reserve deck. I don't see a battle unless Jared's going to come down against the Emperor's Shuttle. Or maybe he's got Corrin Horn to throw down against that Ozzel.
Yes. Didn't he only play Red 8 and the Y-Wing?
So Red 8's in the lost pile, yeah.
The only time we could see a battle in space is when Joe Olson is down to 1 force and he has first strike and attacks into the last force loss. But Joe also makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage again.
Yeah. BB-8 going out of play, so Jared can retrieve a force. Lost piles, again, are in favor of Jared.
Yeah, but most of the time this doesn't matter.
Yeah. Landing Claw goes back on.
Okay, most of the time I'm not as long around as you in the game, so maybe there were some games in the past where it did matter, but I haven't witnessed it. Were there games where lost by tie break
Uh,
decided?
there were a few. I've seen it. Like I know Justin Jagtech has had games where lost piles were decided in the MPC before, but
So
yeah,
if I'm Jared, I would have considered now with 2 cards in Joe Olson's hand and only so low on force to move Chewy and and maybe, yeah, Rose or something like that over to make another pink damage next turn. But
yeah,
maybe it doesn't matter at all.
no,
Uh,
no. I'm liking where Jared is right now, and like I said, low teens for Jared to win. I mean, I still think the match is anybody's match, but I mean, Joe is taking 8 points of damage next turn, so he does need to get some drains in.
Maybe as another control.
Uh,
We will see.
again,
Yeah,
all these drains are going to be drains of.
I just said it and he plays control.
Well, thanks for letting me know.
Ah, you didn't see it?
No. That's a good point, Bastion. Yeah, Jared won't be able to. Okay,
What
there's
did
drain
Bastion say?
2. Jared's sitting at 13.